My name is Alex. Last year, my grandmother passed away at 87. She left me her old Victorian house in the countryside, a place I'd only visited a handful of times as a kid. The house was beautiful but eerie. Tall ceilings, dusty chandeliers, and an attic that no one ever talked about. Grandma always said, "Don't go up there unless you have to." I laughed it off. What could be so bad about an attic? After the funeral, I moved in to sort through her things. The house felt empty, cold, like it was waiting for something. On the third night, I couldn't sleep. Around 2:30 a.m., I heard faint scratching from above, like nails on wood. It stopped when I listened, started again when I tried to ignore it. Curiosity won. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed the narrow attic stairs. The attic was packed with boxes, old trunks, and furniture covered in white sheets. In the corner, under a thick layer of dust, stood a tall oval mirror with an ornate silver frame. It looked Victorian, expensive. The glass was spotless, no dust at all, which was weird. I wiped the frame anyway, and as my hand touched it, the room felt colder. I looked into the mirror, and my reflection looked back. But something was off. My eyes in the reflection seemed darker, almost black. I shrugged it off as tired eyes playing tricks, but as I turned to leave, I heard a whisper, soft like wind through cracks. "Stay. See." The next night, the scratching returned, louder. This time I went up prepared, with my phone to record. I stood in front of the mirror again. My reflection smiled, slowly, wider than I ever smile. I wasn't smiling. Then the reflection's mouth moved, but no sound came out. It mouthed, "Look closer." Heart racing, I leaned in. Behind my reflection, in the attic as it appeared in the mirror, things were different. The sheets were gone. Instead, there was a woman, young, maybe 20s, standing in the corner wearing an old-fashioned dress. She had long, dark hair, pale skin, and she was staring right at me, but not at my reflection, at me in real life. She raised a hand, pointing to something behind me. I spun around. Nothing, just dusty boxes. When I looked back at the mirror, the woman was closer, now right behind my reflection. She whispered something I couldn't hear, but her lips formed, "He killed me here." I ran downstairs, slammed the attic door, and locked it. That night, I researched the house. Grandma never mentioned anything dark, but old newspaper archives I found online revealed something chilling. In 1947, my great-aunt Eliza disappeared in that house. She was 24, engaged to be married. Police said she ran away, but her body was never found. The fiancé, my great-uncle, claimed she left a note, but locals whispered she was murdered and hidden in the attic. The scratching never stopped after that. Every night it got closer to the door. On the fifth night, I went back up. Stupid, I know. This time I brought sage and a crucifix. Not that I believed, but desperation. The mirror showed the attic as it was now, but with overlays. Flashes, Eliza arguing with a man. My great-uncle yet? Him pushing her. Her head hitting the corner of the mirror frame, cracking it slightly. I noticed the crack for the first time. Blood on the floor. Then her body dragged to a hidden panel in the wall. The reflection of Eliza appeared again, bruised, eyes pleading. She pointed to the wall behind the mirror. I moved the mirror aside, and there it was, a small, loose panel. I pried it open. Inside, old bones, a decayed dress, a faded photo of Eliza holding a baby. Wait, Grandma never mentioned a child? A note in faded ink. "He took our baby, hid us both. Forgive me, sister." Grandma's sister? Grandma had a sister who disappeared? The bones weren't just Eliza's. There were tiny ones too. A baby. I called the police the next morning. They confirmed human remains, decades old, DNA linked to my family. My great-uncle, long dead, was the suspect. The house was sealed as a crime scene. But here's the part that still haunts me. After they removed the bones, I went back one last time to pack. The mirror was still there. I covered it with a sheet. As I left the attic, I heard the scratching again, But this time, it was inside the mirror. I uncovered it. My reflection was gone. Instead, Eliza stood there, smiling sadly. Behind her, a shadowy man, great uncle yet, reached for her. She looked at me and mouthed, "Thank you, now leave, he's still here." I sold the house, moved far away, but sometimes in hotel mirrors or my bathroom, I catch a glimpse, a woman watching, waiting, and faint scratching like she's trying to get out. If you ever inherit an old mirror from family, don't look too long. Some reflections don't belong to the living. What would you do if the mirror showed you a murder and the killer was still watching?